need to plug your audio feed into your camera.
Why is that?
That probably would probably solve a lot of that issue, because you're kind of like rerouting it into your computer, and your computer might not be syncing it up perfectly with your audio all the time, which is
Oh yeah,
might
could be
cause a lot
actually.
of issue.
Could be.
So like I have an XLR that it's like it's one side is an XLR and the other is runs from this microphone,
Yeah.
and the other side is an adapter that plugs into my camera, like a little 3.5 millimeter aux adapter.
Mhm.
Might help. I don't know. I've never had a syncing issue, so
Yeah. Well, hopefully we could. I'm sorry, I'm just waiting. It should be okay now, actually. We all come in and go okay? Is everyone alive out there? Keep looking.
is this still on Twitch?
There we go. Cool. Right. There we go. It should be, yeah. And I just realised I ain't fucking muted fucking Discord.
I don't see any like video speed on Twitch.
Oh shit. You should be. Let me turn Andrew up just a tad.
Did you restart the video to a new video stream?
Wait, speak quickly, Andrew.
Testing 1 2.
There we go.
1 2.
Right, so you should be okay now. Confirm we can all hear Andrew.
Okay, looks like it's working.
That's right. No
Testing
big,
1 2.
No big loss if we ain't got Facebook. Jesus Christ! I won't. Unfortunately, with this setup, I can't bring up everybody's cool comments like I used to. So, yeah, sorry about that, gang. It's been a fucking wild one, but we're back. That's all that matters. Jesus Christ. So yes, if you're just tuning in, guys, Andy here. We've got Andrew, producer director at The Keeper's Diary by Biohazard Stories. We are talking all about The Keeper's Diary, which dropped today. You can watch it in full, free of charge, over at The Residents of Evil. So feel free to jump on over and check that out. Sorry about all these issues, but we should have it all sorted now. I've had to go back to basics, which is what I fucking should have done anyway. Right. There we go. Right, so that should be all updated. Let me downloads.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, babe.
Oh.
I thought you were one of them. Right, so Kitten, how's it going? Battle Sister, thank you. That Cajun lady, thank you very much. Third time's charm indeed. I wanted to ask, please, could you tell us about the voice of the Keeper himself? I noticed it wasn't Charlie in the credits, and I got curious. Fantastic film. I'll definitely crowdfund again.
Was this question about the voice?
Yeah, so the creative choice to choose Joe White over Charlie Kraslavsky.
Well, so we wanted to record Charlie with this microphone right here, but we just haven't had a chance to fly him out yet because we don't have posters, and that's still all in the works. And we kind of just can't afford to fly him out twice. So, the idea behind him flying out here to sign posters would have been to kill two birds with one stone, recording the dialogue. But we never got to that point. Obviously, we're going to have him sign the posters, but we just didn't have it done in time before the film's release. And we did have an idea early on to kind of have, two Redfields kind of play the same role. And Joe was all for it. And yeah, he kind of just went over the lines, dubbed over the audio where he was on set. And yeah, that's kind of how it worked out. I think we were going to make a decision anyways, whether or not choose from Joe or Charlie if we did do that, but we just never got to that point. It's just Joe. Joe happened to be the first one to do it. So that's what we went with.
It's probably because I've got him quite loud, actually. Let me turn that down. There we go. Should be okay. Right, Andrew's on echo. So I'm just catching up. Right, we should be okay now. Congratulations on your accomplishment, boys. Excellent job. That's from Keith. Thank you very much, Keith. It's very kind of you. It's been a long time coming, man. Holy shit. Like, there's some stuff where I'm like, man, we actually fucking did that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy. And there's some stuff that, like, dude, I'm like a leaky fucking hose when it comes to like keeping information to myself. So I'm really happy that I did money. There's a couple of things that I kept really close, like the cards really close to my chest,
Yeah.
like Wesker being in it, or what? Not Wesker, not Wesker for legal purposes. Like Wesker being in it, and the ending I managed to keep to myself. I don't know how I managed to, but I did. Keep it to myself for the longest time. So yes, it was. It's been really good, man. It's been amazing. Like the Hunter with the original sounds. Yes, King Johnson. Yeah, it was really good shit. It was really good shit. Andrew Loud. Oh,
Excuse me.
Andrew's loud now. You can't win, can I? Can't win here. There we go.
And back the mic off.
It's
If
my fault, probably.
anybody, I'd like to see people try to guess what sound effect I used for the hunters clicking.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
See how many of you guys can guess in the comments.
You've all made history and inspired so many fans that there is a way to make a dream happen. Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed.
History. Predator. I mean, that's kind of an inspiration behind it, but it wasn't, it wasn't any sound effects from Predator.
So Lucas had a couple of questions here. He says, I have some questions. Where filmed the hang on, where is it? Sorry. It's just bounced off the screen. Where was the Arkley Mountains section filmed? So let's answer that one first. So
The opening shots of the
yeah.
forest, stock footage.
Stock footage.
Stock footage. And
The
then the
posters-
mansion was created by Brent Little via CGI.
We've known Brent for a long time as well. I think I've known Brent on like the interwebs for about 5 years now, so should be quite familiar in the community. Posters on the wall background. Right, so that's a great question. I'm going to see.
What was the question again? Sorry.
Can I move that over and it not fuck up? Yeah, cool. The question was about the posters. The posters that are in the keeper's room.
They were just like commenting, like how cool they are, or what?
Yeah, I guess the implication is what was the inspiration for the posters? So the first one is Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just a nice period. It's set in 1998, so it makes sense that a male in his mid to late, early 40s would have a picture of a picture of Jennifer Aniston on the wall. I had Pamela.
You were going to say Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably honestly would have a picture of her on the wall. So
Freudian slip there.
yeah.
But we had Farrah Fawcett up, and I don't think that made it into the film, but we did have Farrah Fawcett up on the on the wall that has the shutters.
It was in between the two closets.
Yeah.
And it just never made it with the angles we were filming at. So I went back and took a picture of it. But man, I wish I would have put that Farrah Fawcett one up instead of the Jennifer Aniston one. That obviously Jennifer Aniston is of the 90s, but a guy that age in the 90s probably would have had that up instead.
Yeah.
You know?
I am going to. This is going to
Such
be
an iconic poster.
It's going to be a really goofy way of doing this, so I do apologise in advance. But I am going to try and. Oh, you won't be able to see this, Andrew, but it'll be on. It will be on the screen. I'm trying to fucking click it. There we go.
I can see whatever you're doing on the Twitch website.
So I'm just gonna. This is gonna be like my comment generator, so everyone. I'm live on like multiple platforms, guys. So just work with us on this one as I try and go through everyone's comments here. So I'm gonna put that right here. There we go. That's as good as we're gonna get without using restreamed programs. So, right. Do you plan to do a Resident Evil 2 film?
Oh boy, would I love to. I
would
would
be
love to
amazing.
do many things, but I just don't know if that will happen.
Yeah, like I feel like now we've got a kind of tested model that works, and I will be it's almost like possibilities are endless. We kind of need to limit it down because obviously a crowdfunding model works. People donate into it. We make the film. We produce perks there afterwards. So I think the model works. We just need to decide what is going to take precedent in the next one. I know we did have a teaser to Dino Crisis, a Dino Crisis short film, which is
Oh
definitely
my
on the cards
god.
for the future. But it's all going to depend on how everything syncs up, because there's a lot of projects that we want to work on. But obviously, as you can appreciate, there's only so many hours in the day.
Dude, this thing got 1,000 views within the like 10 minutes that I was talking to you.
What's that?
Last time I gave you an update, I said like what, 13, 14,000?
So what's it on now?
Now it's at 15,127.
GG lads, fucking well in.
Wow.
Glasgow, my good friend Scott, excuse me, Stephen. I said Scott. I'm doing the whole fucking Steve Scott thing again. Do you wish you could do a full movie? Yes, I just think there are implications commercially with that, availability, and obviously it's taken us a year to produce a short film. So imagine if we had to do a feature-length film, that'd be crazy. Budget is obviously going to be a massive implication, which
Yeah.
it's almost a full-time job in itself. Short films are good because yes, the actual film themselves don't take up that much time. You can spend a lot more time in the edit suite. I don't think you'll be able to achieve that whilst also doing other things like your full-time job.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
Someone did. Sorry. Lucas did have another question here. He said about the guy smoking in the room CG or was it CG? So as far as I was aware, it's kind of a mixture. So yes, they were smoking real cigarettes, but they were herbal cigarettes. So
Yeah, they were prop cigarettes that don't have any, nicotine or tobacco. I offered my cousin and Charlie to get them fake cigarettes and cigars, but they were like, "No, I want to really smoke." Okay. um, and then the close-ups of the cards and stuff like that had overlaid smoke put in it just because the angle is so low and the smoke is up here. So we kind of just overlaid some fake smoke to add that continuity, but yeah, all the smoke in the wide shots and close-ups is real. Everyone was smoking fake cigarettes except for Charlie and my cousin. My cousin was smoking a real cigar. I think he went through two. Charlie has since quit smoking. So next production we do, he's gonna have to smoke those prop cigarettes.
yeah. Hope that answers your question, Lucas. Thank you. Oh, and you did say about Third Energy Crisis. So this was real interesting shoot actually. So this was initially conceived between Andrew and Brandon Salisbury, who is the director of the George A. Romero documentary. They penned the script together with the intention at a later time of doing a short film. Now, me and Andrew conceived once we'd secured funding for the Keeper's Diary that it probably would be a good idea to produce what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a short film?
Yeah, a trailer, a very, very short trailer for another short film. We've got all the gear, we've got all the equipment, we've got the location. Let's do something. Yeah. So we found Hannah Fuka, and we found a fantastic voice. Well, I say we. Huge shout out to Rob Knorr, one of our executive producers. Fantastic human being, man. Just unbelievable help throughout the course of the shoot, during the shoot and after the shoot. Found the voice of Rick. Andrew, I can't remember his name. I do apologize.
His name is James Brown Jr., I believe.
Literally sounded exactly like Rick from Dino Crisis. Really weird. And my good friend Sonny Bauer, you know him from Twitter. If you're big on Twitter, he's been in the community forever. I don't know. I was listening to him and I was like, man, you actually kind of sound like Gale. So can you do a couple of lines for us? And he did, and we used it. So huge shout out to Sonny for that. But yes, in time, I'm sure we'll do the Dino Crisis short film. There's just, dude, it's really hard to say something without saying something, but just please, we've got plans in mind. Just bear with us for the next couple of months, and all will
Yeah.
be revealed.
And just to clarify, yes, Brandon and I wrote a script. However, the script that was in the film was written by Beggy, because
Yes,
it's a little
sorry.
different than what Brandon and I wrote. With that, I'll be right back again. I actually got to go grab my laundry now that it's done. So
Yeah, okay.
give me like 3 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
So James says, you guys did a fantastic job. You guys should be really proud. Those shots, the detail they put in, the acting was great. Top notch, guys. Thank you. Love the original use of SFX. The soundtrack was great. The actors and actresses did a brilliant job too. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your kind words, James. You've been a big support the whole way through, and hopefully we've met your expectations, my friend. Andy, what about the soundtrack? Do you plan to release it on Spotify or YouTube? Yes, Dwayne is actually going to upload it to his website. I'm probably going to ask him if he wants me to put it on my YouTube account. More than happy, offer that platform to him. He doesn't have to take it, but if he wants it out there, we will get it out there. Excellent soundtrack, man. Excellent stuff. Freaky Deek, thank you very much. So which other bits of CGI? The Hunter, Keeper Zombie. Hang on a minute. Let me take that down. I'm going to try and see. I know I've done fucking display capture and it's not going to be. There's loads of like subtle ones. So I'm literally working on this as I'm going. So I do apologize. This is normally all behind the scenes, but Restream have been really poor today, so I'm gonna have to probably close that account because they've really pissed me off. I am going to I'm on the split. Yeah, cool. Right. Reset transform. So obviously, hang on a minute.
The Keeper's
Let me just shrink myself here.
A Biohazard Story.
I'm going to mute this. Right, there we go. Right, so the question was, if I quickly go back to it, 2 seconds. I've just completely forgotten what it was. So which bits of CGI? So far, the Hunter, Keeper Zombie, anything else? Right, so if we go back to... So obviously this was stock footage. The mansion shot, this went through many revisions, this initial shot. Huge shout out to Brent Little for hanging on in there and being a good sport, man. This is CGI, so there's a cracking shot behind the scenes where you can just see a green screen behind Gracie. God, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? So that's CGI. We've got some rain out here. That's CGI. Well, it's not CGI, it's more of an overlay, but there's just loads of bits and pieces. Obviously, Charlie laying on the bed. Hang on, I've gone past it. There you go. Charlie laying on the bed. We had like 2 fucking VFX guys, and one of them like was only I say only. He'd literally done Unreal modeling before. It was crazy.
All right.
You'll be able to say this, Andrew. You're not on screen, but can you remember which other bits and pieces? Actually, I should be able to. 2 seconds. Let me pull you over.
You mean you didn't have everybody watch Rush Hour in the background while I was gone?
Let me just pull you in here. So,
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Right. So I've got the Keeper's Diary on Residence of Evil on the screen. You won't be able to see it, but can you just recap us what CGI shots, where there were elements of CGI used in the Keeper's Diary?
Yeah, I guess let me just scroll through it myself here with the actual MLV. So right out the bat, the logo. We updated the row logo. So Lewis did that.
So that was really early.
Yep, scrolling through. Brent Little
For absolute
did
clarity as well, just before Andrew says that, this section here, this map painting is not AI. This
Oh, yeah.
was made by our good friend Cameron McPhee, but it was been our graphics designer for a long time here at Biohazard Declassified, and yeah, he did a
Yep.
map painting for us. Hope you guys like that. It's not AI for clarity, but carry on, Andrew. Sorry.
Yeah, he put a lot of time and effort into that, so very good work. Brent Little did the mansion, the CGI mansion. That's all created in Unreal Engine. Actually, it might be created in a different program. I'm not sure, but it's all CGI. The hallway behind Gracie, when
Yep.
she opens the door, is all CGI. Skimming through. The shot of Charlie lying dead in bed. So we overlaid a CGI image over his actual face. So the t-shirt, the background, the pillow, the hair, that's all real. And then we overlaid, from like the temple to the forehead to the eyebrows to the neck. That's all overlaid CGI imagery. What else? Are we just talking all VFX or just CGI?
Lewis is on my Twitch right now, being a fucking menace.
Why don't,
He's put Zombie Charlie is CGI. This man fucking put him on there.
why don't you bring him in?
Lewis, what are you doing at the moment? Carry on with your progress.
Anyways, it's just CGI. So yeah, Zombie Charlie. Everything that had to do with the hunter is obviously CGI, but everything else outside of the hunter in that scene is practical. So the pig is real, etc., etc. Moving on. There were a lot of like little visual effects done by our roto painting artist Stephen Spady. Like, he painted the Doberman's eyes white in one of the later scenes. Got rid of his pupils.
Obviously, the hunter being CGI. So I'm just playing catch up. This was all practical. The scar on his back, the blood was practical.
Yeah.
The whites of the dog's eyes. It's quite hard to tell in this scene because of the lighting, but
Yeah.
the dogs are whited out.
Yeah. Steve Spady did a lot of roto painting in this film. A lot of roto painting. Like, you wouldn't even be able to tell. That's how good he is at it.
Yeah.
Then the
scene,
last...
so I'm just looking at the two USS operatives. You got the muzzle flash.
Yeah, he did that. And
All this. By the way, I was watching this through with my wife, and she said, "Was the typewriter CGI?" And I was like, "No,
No,
it was not.
no.
This is
It's
all
all
in
practical.
camera."
Yeah, I bought that for $100 a couple of years ago. Maybe 150 off of eBay. It's a Royal Model 10 typewriter. About 100 and some years old. So... And that is the model that they used in the game, by the way, Royal Model 10.
Obviously, did Charlie have any CGI work done to when he ran it?
So Steve kind of whited out his eyes. He may have touched up a few things here and there, but for the most part, that's all Charlie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The whites, obviously, Charlie's eyes being whited out here. Man, that's a great shot. I love that. Itchy tasty. Poor bastard.
Tasty. Yep. And the last shot, well, the second to last shot where you see him lying dead in bed again, that is just the portions where you see him are CGI.
Did he do some blood spatter as well?
No, but Steve added, it's you blink, you miss it. He added a little tiny splatter to the impact point. That's about it. But he whited out his eyes. And so Steve, aside from Lewis making the CGI for his head and his arm, Steve kind of flattened out Charlie's belly, painted over that to make it more flat. Like it'd been sinking in for the last couple months, like he'd been decomposing.
So I'm just playing catch up here. Now seeing the final film, what were your favourite scenes, moments? Obviously, the whole experience is really good. It was a brutal shoot, but we had a lot of fun. We had a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But my personal favourites was, oh, man, I'm gonna see if I can. This might be an exclusive, but I actually have a video of Andrew using the blood spatter in the lab. I recorded it while you
Nice.
did it.
Nice. My favorite in the film is probably the hunter and the hunk scene.
They're good looking shots.
Yeah.
Like a personal favorite actually was the poker scene. Like the poker scene, like we were shooting it. We was like, man, are we shooting a Resident Evil film? We're shooting like Casino Royale. Like
Yeah.
it was
That-
absurdly good.
That was one of the funnest to film, but I think the more entertaining, it was entertaining to watch, but the funner thing for me to watch was Hunter and Hunk.
I'm just trying to see if I can find that.
There's so like I really wanted to put that line in where Frank was just like, I'm the best.
I'm the best.
I'm the best.
I think Andrew released it somewhere. We'll have a chat after the stream, Dwayne, if you want me to put that up somewhere. I'll certainly put
Is he
the
not
soundtrack
joining?
up. I'm gonna try, but it's not as easy as it is on Restream. I've got to keep changing layouts. I'll spend so much time changing it. The class. Farrah was in the film. Did Farrah Fawcett make it into the film?
In the credits, I went back in December and took pictures of the set for the credits.
Gotcha. All right. Okay.
And I took a picture of that specifically. There's no way I'm releasing this film without that fucking Farrah Fawcett poster.
Just let Andrew catch up here.
Farrah Fawcett!
I'm just playing catch up here.
Catch up.
Holy shit, I'm like 12 minutes behind. Let me.
Yeah,
we're talking
that's,
away. And my comments are.
that
I
company
answered
you
that.
used kind of screwed you over.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. I'll get a couple of free months, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I had the impression it was Hunk, James Leaper says.
It was Hunk. We just didn't call him Hunk in the film. If you look closely, he's got red lenses on his eyes, and the others
does.
don't. That would have been cool if we had something to light up his eyes underneath, but we didn't have anything to use like that on set.
That would have been cool. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I accidentally kicked Andrew out. 2 seconds. I'm going to go funny. Let me just quickly sort this out. Sorry, Andrew. I accidentally booed you out.
I'm offended.
Man, fucking tech, eh? Can't live with it. Can't live without it.
Yeah,
Jesus.
now your camera's doing funny things again.
Yeah, there you go. You're back.
There you go.
Where's my Google Chrome? There it is. Right. Sorry about that, gang. Sorry. Let me bring Andrew back. Oh, come on. Why does it keep doing that? There we go. Oh, mate, I really can't win it, can I, today? Jesus Christ. Right.
What is Discord giving you problems? with?
Yeah, it's just being a fucking prick. Right. Right, you're still there. This is still here. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. I have to go eat lunch, but thank you guys for your amazing work on the film. Can't wait to see a future project like the Third Energy Crisis, and can't wait to catch up with you guys in the future. Yes, and yeah, my offer's still open, Project Wesker, if you want to do something for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure me and Charlie would be happy to come back on if you want us to do that.
McBrew says, Andrew, do you plan on starting your own YouTube channel or jumping on doing content on Row? So,
Probably just row.
yeah.
It's a little too late for me on the YouTube front there.
Yeah, it's just, I've always said, you know, sometimes you do have to kind of put your egos aside. and say,
I mean,
listen, Residence
yeah.
of Evil is the best place to put, like unironically, like, let's say it how it is. Like, yes, it'll probably take me another 10 years to, like, build up to and get to a row level. But
God,
right
I'll
now,
be
if you wanted to get something
43.
out there that was a high quality product, the absolute best place in the world is Residence of Evil for Resident Evil based content. Hope that makes sense.
If I did that, half my life would have gone by at that point.
Exactly.
It'd take 10 years. That's insane. That just shows you how short life is, man.
It fucking is, man.
Which is why I did this.
You've
Like,
probably
I'm not
mentioned-
kidding. I'm not kidding when I say there's no way I'm falling in my grave with not having done anything about any of this. I couldn't live with myself.
Yeah. Well, exactly that. You probably mentioned it, but I'll ask anyway. What was about the third energy crisis? I'm not really familiar with Resident Evil, but after this I am. So, the third energy crisis is basically a short film about Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was an exceptional survival horror game that got released in 1999, and it was literally marketed as Resident Evil with zombies. So,
Yeah.
and to be honest, it kind of is. It really is. So, yeah, that's going to be an upcoming short film project.
Yeah. Dino Crisis.
Any chance for Kendo Story? I wouldn't be against it, Ryan. That'd be a cool concept. I can see that.
That'd be nice. Yeah. It'd
Hi,
be
Andy.
nice if we had time and money.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could we just got like a Saudi billionaire on board and we could just keep pumping out these Resident Evil films.
Yeah.
Hi, Andrew. Hi, Andy. Just got home after a nearly 14-hour shift and sat down and watched The Keeper's Diary. Biohazard Story. Got to say, you guys didn't disappoint. Absolute brilliant job you guys did. And you've done the die-hard Resident Evil fans proud. So pleased for you and everyone involved. Words cannot explain it. Man, we had a great time. Listen, it was not easy. I cannot sit here and say, man, we all danced around holding hands in a circle every single day.
It's more like we throw on punching gloves and went at it.
Like how JJ did not walk out with no head, I will never know. No, but on a serious note, it's one of them, like, just shooting. It took a lot out of us. It was a very intensive couple of weeks. It was longer for Andrew because Andrew was out there the week before. But yeah, it was an absolutely brutal shoot. But we've got a product to. It wasn't all in vain. We've got a product to show off from it. So I'm super happy that we had to go through what we had to go through, and now we're here.
Yes, sir.
Baz says, "Lol, you guys are going to give JJ a big ego." Probably. I mean, the negotiation that man had to do to put himself at the end of the film was massive. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's cool stuff. Raccoon Citizen, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you, Digger Jones, for the resubscription over on Twitch. That's certainly appreciated. Man, just by the way, guys, we have had a couple of tech issues, and no doubt I've missed some of your comments. So please, if you've got a comment and we haven't facilitated it, please get involved in the comment section. We're probably going to be on. Well, I'm going to be on for at least another sort of half hour, 45 minutes, answering all your questions about our new short film, The Keeper's Diary: A Biohazard Story, which dropped on the Residence of Evil a couple of hours ago. The reviews have been very, very positive. We've taken on some really important feedback and criticism, and hopefully we can take that forward. So again, if I haven't answered your question, please ask it. I'd really hate for you guys to leave the stream and me not have answered your question. So
Yeah.
hell yeah,
America. Freedom.
Donna, thank you. I enjoyed watching it. It was good. Whose idea was it to put JJ at the end? I'll let you fucking...
I don't know why JJ strives so hard to be a janitor, but he really wanted to be a janitor.
I'll let you...
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, to be fair, like, when I... obviously, it's one of them. It's a collaborative effort, but when I initially saw it, I was like... I'm really JJ will tell you himself. I said this. This isn't like fucking an expose or anything, but I was like, really not feeling this, man. Like, but now I've watched it back, I'm like, do you know what? That is actually pretty funny. I really like it.
I just didn't see that it was harmful to the film at all. It's just a funny little thing at the very end, you know.
No, it's because I don't know. Maybe I had it in my head. I was like, yeah, man, it's super serious, blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, no. Do you know what? You got to have fun with it. So I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it now. But let me tell you, at the time, I was not a happy bunny. I was like, no, this is not going in the film. It's going to make us all look silly. But no, it didn't actually. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne, if I've missed anything, please let us know. Please let us know.
I'm yawning. I was up all night.
Yeah, Andrew literally messaged us at like 4 a.m. like, still uploading.
Yeah.
I am just going to quickly zap through his comments just in case there's any I missed.
If there's anybody watching that can do Russian subtitles, let me know. Email keepersdiary2236@gmail.com.
Yeah, I must admit, I know this is going to screw up on the chat and you won't be able to see it as well, but we currently have, if I just refresh this, it's a real beauty of the community collaboration. We have, holy shit, it's a lot. Arabic, Chinese simplified, English simplified, which is the United States, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Polish, Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, Mexican Spanish, Ukrainian, and of course normal English. So yeah, a lot of different people have offered and contributed and said, listen man, we really want it in our native tongue, let us translate it. So we've done our best to kind of fit that all in.
English simplified.
English fucking simplified.
I reckon that about me right there.
Right. That was a good question. So I did answer this. So why didn't you use Charlie's voice for the Keeper's Diary? So we didn't have, there wasn't really, it was mainly tech, to be honest. We always wanted to have a voice actor do that because in my way it is kind of fitting because Charlie has always been a live action actor that doesn't talk, so it is kind of fitting, isn't it, that when he acts again he's also voice acted over the top. I think that's kind of a nice little tribute from Andrew to the original RE1. But what better way than having the live action Chris from 1996 and the voice actor from the 2002 remake? Like, unbelievable. I think that was an interesting choice. I think time will tell if it was the correct decision to make, but I think I think Joe did a fantastic job as the keeper. Yeah,
I really haven't seen that many comments about it, to be honest, about Joe voicing over Charlie.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a knock on Joe. It was more of a people wanted to hear Charlie's voice.
Yeah, but I just haven't really seen anybody. I've seen comments here and there, but nothing really like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
D-Man, you guys did an excellent job. You guys nailed it from beginning to end. Really, the only thing that we picked out is the female detective did not take a step back. Doesn't matter though. Yeah, inevitably there are things that. Well, actually, what do you mean by step back?
Yeah, it was like when.
Was it more of the case of there?
Came out of the...
Yeah, could it be that it wasn't as dramatic? I can see that. See, maybe it wasn't as dramatized as it needs to be, but
yeah.
Andrew, you had a rebuttal for that.
I would have loved it. We just didn't have like time to choreograph it, or I'm not a fan of making stuff up on the fly when we're dealing with this big production. So, stuff like that's gonna be choreographed, and the camera has to be blocked. And we did not have that luxury. So I took Gracie to the range and I taught her how to get on target pretty fast with a Beretta, and we went with that.
I know a lot of people have said about why is Charlie laying on the bed if he's the keeper. So I've got some interesting, whether it's good or whether it's bad, time will tell. I've got a couple of
think I would-
interesting comments that I'd like you guys to fester on. So, one, it's never actually, it's implied that the keeper comes out the closet. It's never actually, especially in the remake where there's 2 zombies in there, it's never actually said that it is the keeper that comes out the closet. It's just heavily implied. So that's a little bit of food for thought. 2, it's never actually explained how the keeper gets into the closet, or the character gets into the closet, the enemy gets into the closet. We didn't explain it either. And I suppose 3, a bit of creative liberty. You guys, this film was designed to be by fans for fans. You guys know that someone was going to pop out of the closet. It's just a nice little spin, keeps it fresh. That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah. I think I touched on it earlier, but I just thought it would be cool to change it up, kind of like the remake changed some things from the original to kind of throw people off, because it was the same, but it was different. So, like I said earlier, when the dog pops out of the window in that one hallway in the first game, the remake had it pop out of the hallway further down to try and throw you off. So, that was kind of the intent behind that. And I don't think it's honestly too far-fetched to think that obviously the keeper killed Scott in his own room. I think you can put 2 and 2 together. Either the keeper killed himself, or maybe someone walked in the room later and shot him. And in between that time, Scott turned into a zombie and he stumbled into the closet.
Yeah.
I don't, he's in the room, he's turning into a zombie. I don't think it's that far fetched to believe that he would have went into the closet instead of the keeper, if the keeper ended up getting shot at some point, which is implied.
My law for the keeper's diary, like if I was gonna tell Andrew's keeper's diary, my story is that the keeper killed himself. He obviously knew that it was changing, and instead of adapting to that change, he just took his own life, and that's why he's on the bed, dead as a door now. I think that's just it's an apt way, one of his last letters is, texting writing a letter to Nancy, so it makes sense that that's kind of like his, farewell. I like to think that would be the direction. If I had more time, we had a little bit more budget, and we had the opportunity to go back, I think I would definitely have like a shot of him typing on the typewriter, and then you just have like a silhouette of him walking, like the shot is still on the typewriter. You have the silhouette of him standing up, walking off screen, and then bang, slump.
Either that, or we could have gotten a shot of how his arm was hanging over the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could have got a top-down rack focus to the 1911 on the floor.
Yeah.
But we were working so fast, and that wasn't in the shot list. So
yeah,
but that would have been a good shot to tell that story.
There is a photograph that we did put up. I think Bloody Disgusting put it up, where you can literally see like Charlie is lying on the bed with a 1911 in his hand. So obviously, it's up to you guys we've kind of left it open. It's up to your interpretation. If you think the keeper took his own life, or he got maybe the USS operatives stormed the place and absolutely turned him into Swiss cheese. It's all up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Let me just catch up here. Oh, is Charlie in the chat?
I don't know.
Someone says great job, Charlie. Oh, Andy just might be saying about Charlie. It was great to see you portray another Resident Evil character, although I prefer you as the OG Chris, of course. Hope to see you in more RE short movies soon. On behalf of RE fans, thank you. Yes. Yeah, Charlie was fucking such a good sport during that whole affair, man. Just such a good sport.
Yeah. He was. He put up with me, so.
Yeah. For the sake of protecting content, Rush Hour is playing in the background. Oh, I mean, it's a little bit out of focus. So I think we'll be okay. Thanks, guys. It's
I
midnight
think
in Poland.
it's audio that catches you, not video.
Hmm.
In terms of copyright strikes.
Yeah, no one can say that. Like me, Andrew, and Charlie literally stayed in the same room for like an entire week. Imagine
We got real comfortable.
imagine the smell.
Real comfortable.
Me-
Andy
me-
got a little too comfortable with me at one point.
Yeah, dude. All up. You get frustrated when you're on the road. What can I say?
You gotta release that frustration.
Every actor in the film did well. Yes, in an alternate timeline, we would have had Barry and Jill's OG characters as well. Interesting. You guys get itchy tasty together? Yeah, we certainly did. But no, honestly, like only me and Andrew on this planet can say we shared a room with the Chris Redfield for an entire week. We're talking like bunk beds, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Charlie's such a good sport, man. He was like, because the way the orientation of the room, it was like Andrew was on a double bed and there's a bunk bed, and like the bottom bunk was a double and the top bunk was a single. So Charlie said, "Oh yeah, I don't mind taking the single." I was like, "Oh Charlie, don't be fucking stupid, man. Like, yeah, I ain't having a 55-year-old man climbing a set of stairs into a single bunk bed." So man, just sleep on the double. It's fine. He's really just honestly like so patient, so patient.
Yeah, he is. He's very good.
Who is the big spoon? Have you ever seen the film Without a Paddle?
Oh, it's been a while.
There's a scene where they're all spooning to keep warm. That was us.
Oh yeah. That's funny.
Let me see if there's anything else that may have slipped through the cracks here. Very possible that Hunk or another operative noticed Steve never came back and went to check on them to find the keeper chewing down on something. They're already aware since the killing zombies in the hallway. Yes, and that's actually a valid point. It's the key, and Andrew fucking pointed this out to me again. Like,
Say what? Sorry.
interesting way of looking at it. I'm talking about there's a section where the keeper's talking about ugly face so killed him. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's talking about his face. Like, obviously Scott's wearing a mask. So the keeper in his like dwindling humanity could have said, "Oh, he's got a mask on, so I killed him." Like, ugly face so killed him. I thought that was an interesting take.
Figured why not, you know? Why
Oh,
not?
fucking hell. Let's talk Resident Evil. Comes in and says, "Where are the keys to the van?" Where are the keys?
They're still gone. Ooh, I got a key for you. Hold on.
Where are the keys? Are there any franchises you want to cover next? Well, after Dino Crisis,
This is
mainly Resident
one
Evil.
thing I took
Ooh.
back with me.
We didn't. Funnily enough, even though the key is the sword key opens that door, not one point did we actually shoot that key.
That's why I went back and photographed. Actually, no, I photographed it here.
Mm.
And I put it in the credits. But yeah, there's just some things I wish we would have had in the film, like pickup shots that we just didn't have time to film.
Yeah, it's one of them.
But that's why I took still photos of him and put them in the credits.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, it's I'm happy with. I'm happy. Honestly, I'm seriously content with what we put together in that week in October, and obviously all of the editing and stuff like that. I'm really content with the final product.
Yeah.
Again, guys, if you're tuning in and or you've just tuned in with the last 10 minutes, Andy and Andrew here from the Keeper's Diary, Keeper's Diary producers. Keeper's Diary came out today. Please go and watch it over at the Residents of Evil. It's completely free of charge, absolutely beautiful. And yeah, honestly, we welcome your feedback, good or bad. You know, this is for the crew that was on that shoot. A lot of them were there for the first time, experiencing a shoot for the first time. So we're going to grow as people. We're going to grow as content creators. I'm hoping this is the start of a bigger movement in Resident Evil content creation. Is it necessarily going to retire us? I would say probably not. But is it going to provide a much needed alternative, not-for-profit production to the mainstream Capcom live action productions? I would suggest yes. Especially now we know that there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's potentially a sequel to Welcome to Raccoon City coming out. There's a new Netflix series coming out. Constantine are really pushing for these faux, not Resident Evil films. This is going to be a constant gap in the market until they address it, in my opinion. So there's scope for us to do this for many years to come.
Yeah. Yep.
Troy's brought out a good point. Why wasn't the stars patch on Jill's hat in the film, but it shows up in the cover photo? Mainly copyright, because stars is obviously a copyrighted. There's not anything in the Keeper's Diary film that it's not like an umbrella emblem or a stars emblem or RPD or anything. That was by design.
Sir, is it on the thumbnail? Sure, it's not.
I'm not sure. I know it's definitely on the Facebook cover. You've got the old shot, but
Yeah, but it shouldn't be on anything regarding the actual film itself. I know we used it early on, but we removed it when we actually started doing crowdfunding stuff.
Are you guys hoping this will go viral? We'll see, man. We'll see. It's one of them. We're happy with what we've done. So, if it goes viral, that'd be fantastic. If it doesn't, that's also okay. The people that contributed to the project, I'm hoping they enjoyed it. It's currently, Andrew, at 17,000 views.
Yeah, I just checked.
I looked at it a couple of hours ago. It was on 5. So, it's definitely exploded.
Yeah. 4.8K likes to 69 dislikes. Still pretty good.
That's amazing. This is going to go further than we could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, happy hour. That's because the Critical Drinker used an old thumbnail that was from like the crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
Yeah.
Alistair, how are you? So how did the Keeper get infected? Was it from the hazmat suit that Scott the cheater gave him? Scott wasn't the cheater. Steve was the cheater.
Yeah.
But
Steve was a cheater. Could have been anything, man. Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
I mean, it's open
air,
to interpretation. It's open to interpretation because Resident Evil lore always changes. But as far as I understand it, the T virus was leaked into the mansion by, I guess, through ventilation and water and whatever. So it's kind of up to interpretation, really. But it's still within the confines of the Resident Evil lore. How did Steve cheat? We actually, dude, this was so much more elaborate than we.
Yeah, this poker scene. I don't
Yeah.
know anything about poker, so
Yeah,
I had a
neither do I.
friend here help me choreograph the scene. Did a great job. We heavily referenced The Sting with Paul Newman and Robert Shaw, and a little bit of Casino Royale.
Yeah.
But obviously he had some pocketed aces because
Yeah.
the cards aren't the same when he lifts them up off the table.
Yeah, so I've got it here. So the keeper's got two queen cards, which would give him. So that's it. So Steve has only got a 2 and a 7. So with what is currently being played by the dealer, the keeper really should have fucking blown that away. He had the winning cards. That's why he went all in. But then you'll see, Steve has gone from 2 and 7 to 2 aces.
Yeah,
and that's why everyone's like, "No way! How is that possible?"
Yeah.
But
So I did a quick Google search here. According to Resident Evil Wiki, the accident occurred during an experiment by the Tyrant project team, who were underground doing work on T002 and T011, Tyrant subjects, and deep in surgery. Epsilon, a newer T virus strain, leaked out into the lab in the confusion, released as a airborne pathogen from a special organ created for the T002. So there you go. That's how it leaked.
Hopefully that answers your question. But when you saw it in person, because Frank, who plays Steve, actually demonstrated how he would do it in person. It was really good, and it's a shame that we didn't actually capture that. But and for good reason, because it's like show me, don't tell me type thing. It's fairly obvious that he cheated if he's got two cards. You don't need to show him the motion of him cheating. It's fairly obvious. But when you see him in person, he's kind of got it up his sleeve, and then they're playing the game, and then you see him pull it close. The cards drop onto the floor, and he puts his foot over it, and now he's got two aces. It was very, very slickly done. But you don't need to see any of that. Yeah. Frank actually, because we obviously shot that sequence multiple times.
I must have been doing something else. I didn't see that.
Yeah, so he had like the cards like this, like in front, and then he would like put them down, like he put them like down, and he was like, you saw them drop onto the floor, and then he put his foot on the floor.
Yeah,
it was very, very, really, really good.
Interesting.
Will there be an outtake compilation? Very, very. I mean, I've posted a couple myself, but I don't think so. I think you're just going to see a flooding of just behind the scenes shots, if anything, now that we can finally talk about it. One thing I'm really, really happy talking about is Oscar Mansky. Now, this is actually unbelievable. So I'm gonna show you this. So when Oscar turned up to us, so Oscar, if you didn't know, he plays the senior researcher. Let me put this along a little bit. This is Oscar. This is a random dude from Chicago who answered our casting call. And dude, the second I saw him, he had long hair that was like kind of shoulder length, but he had this really like Val Kilmer-esque look. And I was like, I remember Andrew sending him to me, and I was like, man, he could really work. So we like photoshopped a pair of glasses on him, and I was like, holy shit, this is Wesker, bruv. Or not Wesker, senior researcher.
Senior researcher.
I was like, man, it is. And when Oscar turned up to set, he had a beard, he still had his long hair, and we was like, oh fuck, man, this is gonna be, I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. But we ran to Walmart, got loads of pomade, and like proper fucking like pulled his hair back, man. Like it got to the point, like we was even pushing his hair to the side for different shots, just so it looked like a short slicked back. You can kind of see it in this shot. Dude, he was a fantastic guy, man. I was like, dude, it's fairly easy. And this is what I mean. You don't have to be... I appreciate everybody that's on, let's call it the creative executive side. We're all Resident Evil fans. You can see his long hair kind of there, actually. We're all Resident Evil fans. But it doesn't mean that everyone has to be a Resident Evil fan. It just always comes down to how you direct the talent. And Oscar Mansky, in my opinion, is the most accurate senior researcher, AW, that has ever been on film.
I mean, I think the Anderson movies had a good guy. It's just it wasn't executed well. But I think that guy fit the role.
He looked fantastic, because what was interesting, I didn't know this until I spoke to Rob Knorr, is they based the original Wesker off of Top Gun.
Iceman.
Yeah, Val Kilmer. And holy shit, does Oscar Mansky not look like fucking Val Kilmer? Holy shit.
Yeah.
So it come full circle. Yeah. And yeah, man, when we saw it in the edit, I was like, oh man, we got something real special here. So that was kind of one of the lines that one of the key things of the Keeper's Diary I've just kept completely silent for all this time. And I really wanted to talk about Oscar Mansky, but I just couldn't, because I was like, man, we have to keep this for the film.
Yeah.
For the film release. But that's what I mean. You don't have to be. Everyone in the production could be Resident Evil fans. I mean, everyone has to be Resident Evil fans. Frank, for example, he wasn't a Resident Evil fan, but we told him how to be Steve and what to act like, and he fucking nailed it. I think actually Frank is one of the standout performances in The Keeper's Diary as Steve. He's just fantastic. Like after he delivers that line, you're like, man, you are a prick. You are a real prick. You're a real piece of work. You know that?
I'm the best.
I'm the best. But even like he was ad-libbing, and it was like, because you got to think, to capture all the shots, guys, you've got to literally record. We've only got one camera, so you've literally got to record the same scene like 10 times or something, right? All different angles. And dude, Frank kept ad-libbing, and he had us all in stitches, dude. He was like, oh, he was like, I've got no money, that's why I'm at this table. We're like, just he had us rolling on the floor laughing, dude. I really wish surely we've captured some of that somewhere. I'll have to have a look.
Oh yeah, we got it.
He's like,
That's my cousin.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Frank Scalabrino, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Just catching up on comments here. I'm probably going to go for another 15 or so minutes, guys. So if you've got any questions about the Keeper's Diary, you'd love to have them answered, please drop them in the comment section. We'll do our best to facilitate it. And if you haven't checked out Keeper's Diary Biohazard Story, we're nearly at 20,000 views, and it's in one day. The hype is unimaginable. So we need all hands on deck, let me tell you. Let's start a movement. Let's get it shared. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. This is really the most authentic. I don't think I'm gonna be alone in saying this. This is the most authentic Resident Evil adaptation there's ever been.
Yeah.
And it was done by a couple of fucking ambitious people in the community. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Although we'll have to monitor our emails just in case fucking Capcom reach out to us again. I'm sure it'll be all right. My ultimate goal is that Capcom comment and they go, "Hey guys, this is a fantastic short film," but
I would imagine they would.
They have done previously. There's a couple of other
they did it with pre-premieres.
Yeah, there's a couple of other short films where the Resident Evil YouTube accounts commented on it.
Yeah,
that's kind of fascinating. Again, guys, if you're tuning into my channel for the first time, my name's Andy. This is Biohazard Declassified. I'm a dedicated Resident Evil content creator. I do a lot of streams, memes, daily Resident Evil content. So if you're enjoying the stream so far, please drop a follow. I'll be next live on Wednesday. We're going to be playing some Resident Evil 3, classic Resident Evil 3, in this sort of time slot, so like 9 PM UK time. So I'd appreciate if you could drop a cheeky follow. We could talk about Keeper's Diary more, and that's always a beautiful thing. But back to the questions. Do you remember your first reactions to reading it in the game? It was the one I remember the most out of the whole series, I have to admit. Yeah, I think that. There's a couple of really iconic documents in Resident Evil. One of them is obviously the Keeper's Diary. I think it's the Watchman's Diary from RE2 is pretty... I remember that quite a bit. The Brian Irons note. The Umbrella note to Brian Irons. The Joseph Kendo scan fax thing that I can't remember if it's Resident Evil 2 or 3. That's quite iconic. What about you, Andrew? What's one of your iconic?
Pretty much the ones you just mentioned. I think it would be cool to do the epilogues from Nemesis. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many of them.
Yeah, it is pretty insane.
There's just so much you could do. So much.
Do you ever think about a Kendo story? I mean, they kind of capped off Kendo as part of that Forgotten Survivors. I'd love to tell a story like that. But yeah, Kendo's an awesome character. Again, the thing about Kendo is he's almost been retconned a little bit because, like, Kendo in the Resident Evil 2, the original, is different from Kendo in the remake. He's got like kids and shit. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Beth Annual. Hello, watched short movie a few hours ago. Easily the best RE fan film. Thank you very much. That's really appreciated. I think I asked this in an old stream. Were there any injuries on set? There was not. No.
Yeah, my arm was severed. I got it sewn back on there.
Yeah. Aside from feelings being hurt on set, no. There was-
Actually, I did staple through this finger with the staple gun, with the pneumatic staple gun, air compressed. So that felt real great. That's about it. That's the only injury I think that occurred.
We also have Joe White over on our Facebook. How's it going, Joe? Is
Joe
that
White!
famous? Is that famous filmmaker, director, producer, set builder, all round great guy, Andrew Sorlo? It is. But enough about
Can we
me.
bring him on?
Without fucking messing with everything, I'd suggest probably not. But I think JJ's meant to be going live next Friday. I think with like everyone
Okay.
for like a group stream, so that'd be really cool.
Got it.
Oh yeah, the Ashford that Ashford note's really good. I agree. Alexander, that's a really interesting story. You can tell actually. Yes, we would definitely love to have you on, Joe. 100%. I'm going to watch Keeper's Diary before bed. Please, Richard, please do. A lot of hype's gone into it, so hopefully you like it, man. Hopefully you like it.
Yeah.
And again, thanks everyone for tuning in. We've got just tons of people on Twitch, tons of people over on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed our attempt at bringing Resident Evil to a live action scene, a real authentic adaptation. Honestly, it's been a long journey, and I know people have been super, super patient with us getting it out, but it's out now. Hopefully you guys can see and appreciate the fruits of our labors. And again, if you've got any feedback for us, you want to let us know, please drop a comment. We will do our best, no matter how hard the question is, easy or hard the question is, we'll do our best to facilitate it where we can.
Yeah. Joe, I'll talk to JJ. Maybe we can get you on the stream on Friday.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If you're available. If not, it's not a big deal.
Alan says, any regrets? Can't live life, man, regretting shit. You always got to fucking go forward. But aside from the philosophical chat, maybe we could have done more at the end with like maybe there being a bit of a struggle with the Scott zombie and Jill. Maybe in hindsight, we could have done a little bit more there. I can totally see that being the case. Definitely allowing more time for set building. There was a couple of times where it was extremely close to the mark. And time just evaporated when you was in there. It was absolutely insane. Like holy shit, it's been 3 hours and I've done nothing. Basically, it's it's a lot. It was very. I'd like to have allowed more time, but you can never be too prepared. It's one of them like things. It's Murphy's law, isn't it? Anything that can go wrong will. So you just got to manage risks where you can, and we managed it as best we can.
Yeah, there was a lot of that on set. Murphy's Law.
But I'm happy. I'm content with the product that we've produced. You always go through life saying, "Oh, I wished I could have done this. Wish I could have done that." Listen, dude, I wish I was 6'2" and could tuck it in my sock, but I guess I can't. So I've got to live with what I got, you know.
Wow.
No, but seriously, like I'm really content with what we've delivered. So
Stuck it in the sock. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
it's like saying, if I had wheels, I'd be a bike, wouldn't I? Man, it's getting to those hours, isn't it? It's getting to real naughty biohazard hours.
That was great.
I always wondered when reading the Keeper's file, the poker scene is located in the guardhouse. It is, and actually, I did I'll have to fucking dig through it. I did a comparison photograph, like the area we shot that in in the film literally looks exactly like the guardhouse. It's meant to be that kind of recreation room in the guardhouse. That's where it's meant to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. When I did the storyboard, I modeled the one that was in the remake, but that would have been impossible to build
Mm.
with the resources and money that we had. So we found this barn, and it ended up working great.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how good it looked.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. We were able to match the original game quite well on that front.
Hunk scene's wonderful, and again, someone did mention that earlier, actually, Nicholas, about is it Hunk, is it not? The true beauty about the Keeper's Diary is some of it is open to interpretation. So if you believe that is Hunk, that is Hunk. It's quite what I'd say. We heavily allude to it being Hunk because we specifically got Darian, who is fantastic. We got Darian to have his red lenses, so I would suggest yes.
Yeah, he's got blatantly red lenses.
Although maybe it would have been too on the nose, but I would have liked to have had like a. I've mentioned this to Andrew before. Having like a radio is like seal the mansion, no one leaves. But it is a bit too on the nose, almost like show me, don't tell me. It's obviously implied in the next statement that no one's allowed to leave the mansion because someone got fucking shot. So
yeah, I did have radio banter in there, but it was like a generic sound effect.
Was the original Jill Valentine ever approached about featuring in the movie? So you can't get hold of the original Jill Valentine at the moment. She's very hard to get hold of. And Julia Voff, this film was always going to be Gracie. I don't think we. Actually, no, I'm lying. Actually, I'm really lying when I say that. I don't know why I said that because there was talks about another.
Oh, are you talking about Sasha?
Yeah, which just didn't end up coming off at all.
Yeah, Sasha, who did the voice, or not the voice, Sasha, who was the face model for Jill in RE3 remake. We chatted with her, and she was interested in it, but because we have world leaders that are assholes, it just wasn't possible because she lives in Russia.
Yeah.
And there would have been some instance where it may have worked if we did it over in Germany. But because it wasn't working out over in Germany, it was just impossible to get her over to the States. She looked into it, it just wouldn't have worked. If we didn't have asshole world leaders, then, we probably could have got her to come over here. But, we live in a world controlled by fucking morons.
Dickheads.
So, yeah. I'm talking about on all fronts, not just one side, just everybody all around the board. Well, politics suck.
The female detective was spot on. Absolutely nothing wrong with her. Gracie was fantastic, dude. All round good sport. Super funny. Yeah. Oh my God. It really makes the day go easy when everyone's in good spirits. And yeah, Gracie was just on point, man. Just funny as hell. How has she not done modelling for Colgate? I'll never know. I've mentioned this before. Like her teeth are absolutely unbelievable.
I've told you about the first time I met her, right?
Go on. You may have done. Was it the Colgate commercial or Listerine?
No, but so I met her through my roommate, and at the time, they were all, they were in the living room chatting, playing a video game, whatever. My roommate, her, some of their other friends. I get home from work, they're all talking. I just join in on the conversation, and she's talking about something. I couldn't even tell you what. She's talking, and then I'm just sitting at her. I'm looking at her like this, like her voice. Yeah, her voice just completely faded out, and she's just like, "Oh my gosh, what?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, you just have the most perfect teeth I've ever seen." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." I'm just like, your teeth are immaculate.
Like honestly, they're so immaculate. It's almost I don't know why we're focusing on this, but it doesn't matter. They're literally like veneers, but you can tell they're not veneers. You can tell they're real. Just absolutely fantastic. So we put her forward for modelling exercise at Colgate and Listerine. We'll see how that gets on.
Yeah.
Arm and Hammer, or whatever the fucking toothpaste companies are. She is like 9 out of 10 dentists agree with her. You know. Voice actors were fabulous, especially for Hunk and others. So the two voice actors were our USS operatives. They were ones that we got on board. Was Cosblade, who we all know as the Albert Wesker cosplayer on Twitter and on various other social media platforms. He was actually early on penned to be Wesker, but he just couldn't make the time commitments because we had to shoot at a very specific time. That's why we ended up going for Oscar Mansky. But we really wanted Michael to be part of the production, so I saw that he was doing some impressions of Hunk on Instagram, and I reached out to Andrew and I said, should we just we haven't got a Hunk voice actor yet, should we just reach out to Cosplay? He was like, yeah man, let's fucking make it happen. And Sonny Bauer, same thing. We didn't have anyone for the second USS operative, and I'd heard Sonny's impressions on Twitter, and I thought, fuck it, reach out to him. He might be interested, might be not. It's only a couple of lines, and sure enough, took us up on it, and both of them sound fantastic.
Yeah, bud.
Yabba do. Great job, guys. Hope in the future you can work with George Trevor's history. So I know. Oh my god, I've forgotten her name. Unicorn. Yep. She's doing a fan film about George Trevor and Lisa Trevor. I don't know how that's going, actually. I need to reach out to her. Because she reached out to us about Keeper's Diary. I know that was filmed a little while ago, so we'll see.
20,000.
20,000 in the bag. No fucking way. Let's go, gang.
5 hours, 5.1k likes to 80 dislikes.
That is crazy. Everyone's turned up for us today, man. Everyone we wanted to turn up for us absolutely have turned up in spades. But this is go on.
When we're done with the stream, would you do a post with maybe asking Russian subtitles?
Okay.
I feel like that's the one we're missing. It's just Russian. I feel like we hit a lot of the major languages, you know.
Have we got Dutch?
We don't have Dutch. What are you making a joke? I was looking at another screen on my computer.
You said, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we got most of the major languages. Like the first major language, I tell you, go, yeah, we haven't got that. Yeah, so because we've got French, we've got Arabic, Turkish subs. Listen, obviously we're not Turkish, we're not French. If you know people that could translate it for us, we're more than happy add them in. Obviously, someone's going to have to reach out to us and speak to us. So
I'm only one guy, so I can only do so much.
But that comes together quite quickly. Within the last week, so many people have reached out hey man, I can provide Ukrainian subs and I can provide whatever, Arabic subs, Polish subs, and it's just come together extremely quick. We're really happy about that.
Yeah.
Oh, but yes, gang. So what is next for you, Andrew? That you can say?
Nap.
A well-deserved sleep.
Yeah. So there are things in line. There are projects, but as I keep saying, I cannot tell you about what they are. So you will have to tune in and subscribe to the Residents of Evil to find out, but they are not things you're going to want to miss. Very big projects, big names. Yeah, I just tune in, just keep an eye out. All of July, we'll be posting stuff. I just can't tell you. I can't tell you about any of it.
Yeah, I suppose we got to get through the Keeper's Diary launch.
Yeah.
Like get people to really kind of absorb, because there's a lot that goes on in that. Like aside from the film itself, you got the short film afterwards. The short film trailer for Third Energy. Like that's got to go through the motions and go up as separate videos and shit. We should probably post. Have you got that? Your thank you video, your Oscar winning performance. Have you got that as a
Yeah, the
separate
one
video?
that you guys made me make and then never used it and told
no.
me that I.
What I'm suggesting is we can put that on the Indiegogo, but we can also put that on socials.
Sure. Yeah, one thing I will say too is that if you like this, you're really gonna like the next thing coming up. If you like this, dude, you have no idea what's in store. So, subscribe. Just subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. It's if you're a hardcore, like long time fan, even newer fans, you're gonna lose your minds over what we have planned. So
Yeah, we're
projects
looking
that are coming out, all that stuff.
absolutely looking forward to it. But yes, gang, obviously, please share the Keeper's Diary, comment on it, like it, get it out there, show your friends, show your family, show your like-minded people online. Let's get the Keeper's Diary message out there. We want authentic Resident Evil experiences, and if the community have to do it, well, guess what? The community will do it. So we'd really appreciate if you can get it out there as much as you can. Any last comments, Andrew, you want to say before we wrap up?
No, just thanks to everyone that supported. It was a pleasure. I hope everybody liked it. I hope the people that donated liked it. I haven't really heard any complaints, so that's good. But yeah, no, thanks everybody. Hopefully we get to do it again soon.
Yeah, thanks again, everybody. I know a lot of people have commented and missed out on the Keeper's Diary crowdfunding campaign. Save your pennies, because I'm sure there will be another one, and it'll be in bigger scope than what was delivered on Keeper's Diary. Give everyone an opportunity to go again. So save your funds, put them aside. I'm sure in time, it'll all make sense. Tony coming in with a $5 super chat. Love you guys. Excellent job, as I expected. Thank you very much for your kind words. Hopefully, as I've said throughout the stream, Tony, this is a start of things to come. Okay, yep. I am going to wrap up the platforms here, so I'm just going to raid it out on Twitch. Oh no, he's live on Twitch. Mars is live on Twitch. We will send you over to Mars. So we'll end that. Thank you to everyone on YouTube. We had a record concurrent viewership on YouTube. Please stick around for my streams that I do every week. Every Wednesday I go live with the Resident Evil retrospective. We're working our way through the series, and we go live in this time slot. Also go live on a Sunday. So yeah, if you really enjoyed the content and the analysis that you did today, please drop a follow, drop a subscription, etc., regardless of what platform you're watching on. And hopefully we'll see all of you very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.